You may recognize this bright young girl in the next video. She has 3.4 million subscribers on YouTube, and she has a question on education. Roll the tape.
My name is Emmanuella Samuel. I am 8 years old, and I am a YouTube video creator. We all know that education is very important, especially child education. However, the quality of education in our government school is getting poor every day. And that's why parents now put their children in private schools. And we all know that not every child can go to private school because their school fees are very expensive. Now my question is, how will your administration improve teachers' training and improve the quality of education in our government schools so that every child can have access to good education?
An 8-year-old from the mouth of babes there. Not everybody can go to private schools. Not everybody can afford it. And it actually has a tremendous impact and stress on households that has a really big impact. Government versus private. She says government is going downhill. You want to be at the head of government. From the ACPN, what are you going to do to answer her questions?
So I would start by saying that the public schools are the basis of lifting people out of poverty. And since our flagship agenda is to lift 80 million Nigerians out of poverty, the education of the poor in the public school, because they are the ones left behind there, will be paramount for us. And so the first thing is to identify the learning outcomes that are missing in the school system today, and to fix that. To fix learning outcome, it goes to the heart of the quality of the teachers. The quality of the teachers is dependent on the kind of training that teachers get. When I was Minister of Education, we began to work on this and did accelerated program to upgrade the skills of teachers through colleges of education and the Nigerian Teachers Institute. We'll continue. We will also give greater power to the Teachers Regulatory Council to be able to regulate the teaching profession, to bring prestige and dynamism to it. We would also work on the matter of the remuneration of the teaching profession. One of the key things that we would focus on is housing all teachers. Housing all teachers. It's a program that the private sector already indicated significant interest in. Then we would focus on the curriculum issues. One of the major problems with curriculum is how dynamic it changes. And so for public education, it is critical that the private sector involvement enables us to see how critical reasoning and creativity, as well as entrepreneurship, already begin at the level of primary education. We will finally, and I think I will stop there. Because
Thank you very much. Thank you for respecting the time. This is a very passionate subject, and there are voters out there that really want to know. I personally, this will influence my vote. I am a product of the Jakonde school education system in Lagos, Nigeria, in both primary and secondary. And now I'm moderating the 2019 presidential debate. You can be anything, but those schools, those children today in those same schools need support. They need to have the opportunities. As president, what will you do for them?
So let me just once again reaffirm, even as you did, that I also went to a public school. I went to staff school on the University of Ife campus and went to Moremi High School. And this was at a time in our nation's life where things worked, and everyone, regardless of whether you were, rich or poor, public schools worked for all, because that was what the governance was all about, creating opportunities for all. And that is exactly what it is that the Alliance for New Nigeria, party-led government, is promising. Opportunities for all, to fix education and make sure that we are back to that point where everyone who goes through a public school is able to be prepared enough for success in life. Now, to make sure that this happens, we have to understand, why are people not coming to school? Well, many of them are not coming to school in part because their parents can't even afford the transportation that gets the children to school. And so one of the things that we are doing, and we have as a program, is what we are talking about working with public bus system and ensuring that we have a free transport system for children to schools and from schools back to their bus stops closest to their homes. Secondly, we are also going to ensure that we use the existing systems as best as possible to ensure that after-school programs are going to be strengthened. How much? Are you speaking?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So we have an after-school program that is going to be strengthened in the evenings to ensure that children who are not able to go to school in the mornings because they do have to probably meet certain needs at home are able to come in the evenings to make sure that that happens. The last one is that we will actually enforce the law in making sure that any parent that keeps their children at home are liable of being arrested.
Arrested. Okay, Wilton, can we move on to health? And I remember that 38 seconds from the first segment. I still have it in my pocket. You can have it now. So
Can I comment on education and then health?
very quickly,
Okay.
and then I want to give you enough time.
Very quickly, when I say that I will be the education president of Nigeria, the YPP is committed, and my government will make secondary school education free in this country. Now, a lot about making our public schools better is about the fact that we are not investing in the public schools. It's what you put in that you get out. So we will invest very heavily in the public school system of this country. I am a product of public school systems. I went to Eziama High School in Aba, Government College Umuahia, and the Federal Government College Enugu, and the University of Nigeria. So I have gone through these schools, and they have also made me what I became. They are worthy of our priority. They are worthy of our investment. And we're going to put public schools back to such a standard that a lot of private schools in this country are going to have to look for a new business model.
Okay.